Hi everyone, welcome to my latest Yankee Candle video, and today I'm going to be talking about Yankee Candle's new collection of treasures for the summer in the UK, and also some purchases that I picked up in a recent sale. So without any further ado, today I'm burning the lovely Loves Me Not, which has a delicious summer wet grassy aroma. Just brings to mind kind of everything growing in the garden, and it's a wet summer's morning here, which I really like, wet summer days, so it suited the mood perfectly. So without any further ado, I'll start with the stuff that I recently picked up in sales, and the first one this is my third jar of this one, vanilla chai. Um, I never dreamed I'd come across one of these. It's actually been retired for a couple of years here in the UK, and normally once something's gone in the UK, you may find it the next year, but finding it 2-3 years down the line is quite unheard of, and especially at the bargain price I got it for, which was half price. So, vanilla chai. It's a love or hate it fragrance. A lot of people don't like it at all. I absolutely adore it. It reminds me of a really exotic, like if you get like a sweet kind of Bombay mix appetizer when you go into an Indian restaurant and you're waiting, and they put these really aromatic sweet appetizers sometimes when you sort of walk in. That's exactly what this smells like. It's a rich medley of exotic spices, very very slight vanilla bringing it down, but it's really rich and quite heady and spicy, and not for everybody. I utterly adore vanilla chai. It's definitely in my all-time top 10 Yankee Candles of all time, so really pleased to get a third one of those. The next two are really surprised to get these as well. As anybody may know, who's seen my Halloween videos and stuff, not Yankee Halloween, but Spooky Town Halloween videos, I absolutely adore Halloween, and was really pleased to pick up this candy corn. So much so that I went back the next day and got Witch's Brew 2. Now these were 2014 editions. Last year's Witch's Brew and candy corn designs were a bit, let's just say, but the 2014 editions were really lovely. I don't know why we didn't pick them up at the time, but again, getting these at 70% off or whatever swung us, even though we've already got these scents. I love them both. Candy corn is candy corn. It's a lovely sweet caramelly, bag of sweets around Halloween type feeling. And Witch's Brew, any old rockers who've grown up with leather jackets and keeping them in good condition, and hippies and rock and roll will know patchouli, and that's what Witch's Brew is. So anybody that likes rock music, you've got to have Witch's Brew. Okay, on to the stars of the show. These are the new treasures for July and August in the UK. They started appearing towards the end of June, but for the next 2 months in the UK, Yankee Candle, I've been waiting for these all year. I heard that these were coming at the start of the year, and this was the most exciting batch for me, so had to pick these up. I'll start with Windblown. Windblown was released in the USA last year, I think, as a brand new scent, and people seem to really like it. I didn't pick it up at the time. Managed to smell this around a friend's house about a month or so ago and fell in love with it. And let's have a sniff and see what Windblown's like. Oh, I love Windblown. Now, we've got a bit of an argument going on in our house where my wife says she thinks it's quite generic and smells like quite a few other scents. I think it's completely unique. I can't pinpoint anything that it smells like. It's like walking out into the cleanest, freshest air you can imagine, either in the countryside or on the beach. The wind rattling past you, there's no smog or car fumes or muck like that, and it's just lovely. The other thing it's got a tint of in there, it's got a tint of like water, or almost like chlorine, and a very slight touch of leather, I think. So it's like, to me it reminded me of like swimming pools and things like that, but also equally it's like the smell of a sail or the smell of a kite, a cloth kite that's been treated or that. But it's really lovely. So I think I'm going to be picking up another Windblown. I've heard it's reasonably light on burning, but that doesn't bother me. I think starting to get to the belief that actually some of the best, nearly all of the best Yankee scents are the lightest ones, because they have a extra level of sophistication to them, and if they were really, really strong, I know it frustrates some people, if they were really, really strong, I think they'd be quite horrible because they kind of be too much in your face. But Windblown smells like it's going to be fairly light, but there's a lot going on in there, and I'll be quite excited to burn that one. Next one is fruit salad. Fruit salad, in my early days of Yankee, managed to come across a handful of votives and tarts of fruit salad because it had been retired a year or two before. So, and they were really nice. The tarts were like, wow, this is such a great fruit medley. There's nothing been like this. And ever since then, all of the fruit medleys that have come out, they've been good. You know, Citrus Tango, a few of the others as well. Nothing's quite hit the spot like fruit salad. So, getting a jar of it, wow, it's like, and it does smell like them. I don't know if you remember, if you're of a certain age, and I don't know if you can still get them, you used to get little square fruit salad sweets. You used to get fruit salads and blackjacks, and they were, in my day, I think they started at 2 for a penny, but they ended up being like a penny each or 2p each. And it's like fruit salad sweets. Really, really nice. I've never really noticed that before, I just thought it was a really nice fruit medley, but it does bring back memories of those fruit salad sweeties. So it's a concoction of, oh, I don't know, you can smell pineapple in there, you can smell, I'm not very good at picking out the individual notes of the fruit, but it's all going on in there, and I think that's going to be really nice. I thought I was only going to get one fruit salad, probably because I've got so many fruit candles. I'll try and stick to that, but if I ever do find another one for a super fab bargain price, I'll be tempted to pick up another one, I'm sure. And last but not least, we have Sea Harbour. Now, this is one where you think, oh, got to get this one for the label alone, and snap these USA ones up while you can, by the way, everybody. We've seen the the new range of labels on the US Yankee Candle website, and they are truly awful, awful. It's like somebody's played a joke on Yankee Candle and come up with the worst label design they possibly can. I mean, I've got no love lost at all. I adore Yankee Candle as a brand. As a company, they do make some strange decisions sometimes. The new labels in the USA are utterly, utterly awful, particularly on the large jars. Just go and look at the range of 37 they've got on there. November Rain, Autumn in the Park, they're truly awful. Absolutely ridiculous Yankee Candle. I'm so angry about it, and the Americans really are going to be furious about it. You've kind of ruined the hobby for them, I'd say, in some degrees. People are, quite emotive about the labels. It's such a drastic change and such a negative and appalling change. You'd have been better taking the pictures off altogether. I didn't mean to turn this into an anti-label rant, but it's an emotive subject for a lot of people, and Yankee Candle got it completely and utterly wrong. But anyway, look at a fantastic label. This is what we're going to miss because the USA are supposedly going to phase these out, but I think they'll probably bankrupt the company if they stick with the new labels. That's up to them. Sea Harbour is beautiful. Look at that label. It's worth getting for the label alone. And I was always intrigued to smell this one. I thought, well, I'm gonna force myself to like it just because of the label, but I didn't need to. It's really great. It's got that salty sea atmosphere, but it's also got a creamy, musky vanilla underneath as well. So it's quite unusual in that it's a bit like having, sitting on the Sea Harbour wall, if you like, with the breeze kicking in, and it's a hot day and you've got an ice cream and the whole smell of everything's combined. But I really like this one. I'm going to be getting another Sea Harbour as well, I think. So really nice. And again, I think I've heard that this one's quite a light one. Again, doesn't bother me too much, providing nothing's down at the Serengeti sunset level of light. I think I should be okay. That's probably, out of all of the, I don't know, 320 or so Yankee Candles I've got, the only one that I can say I've had a failure with is Serengeti Sunset, in that unless you've got your nose literally an inch above the jar, you can't get any scent out of it at all. That is only a small jar, I must admit. I've never tried it in a large jar, but I think that's the weakest Yankee Candle I've ever come across. So it smells delicious cold, Serengeti Sunset, but there's no smell when you burn it. And everybody pretty much, everything else, every other one, all these other rumoured light scents I've not had a problem with. Sea Salt and Sage I've got going now. I remember people used to say Winter Garden, that filled my entire house. Let Freedom Ring, fantastic. Beechwood, got it going, filled everywhere, but Serengeti Sunset doesn't seem to do much. But anyway, so there we go. So those are my new kind of treasure purchases, sorry, my new sale purchases and these new treasures for the summer. Very excited about those. Fantastic. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you soon and see you on Team Yankee. Please join us. We're celebrating 2 years next Sunday, the 17th of July. So look forward to seeing you there. We've got a special event and thanks for watching. Bye.